We got here bright and early. I love to set up the car right next to the concessions. That way anyone that's out there watching can come and see our car right away. Of course, the car is looking fantastic. And well, this is the upgrade that I wanted to show you. Yes, we have a hood for the very first time. This car's been built since 2015. We built it for SEMA 2015, and we didn't have a hood, and now we finally do, except this one right here is the like ultra renowned SIR style carbon fiber hood that fits USDM front end. If you notice here, it's full carbon. There is no fiberglass whatsoever right there. Of course, there's a fiberglass frame. The outside skin is 100% carbon, and it bolts on to our body using factory bolt holes and then our factory hood latch here. Here's something else that we upgraded to. This is our hood hinges, and they fit amazing with the car. Look at that, guys. Us that own the EF hatchback and CRX know the struggle of trying to fit something under the hood of that thing. You know, the front ends is very narrow. There's just not a whole lot of room, and cutting open a hood, who really wants to do that? Well, Hossport developed their first generation K-Series mounts based on a certain type of hood, the SIR style, made by Fiber Images. That hood was probably the nicest carbon fiber hood I've ever had experience with. Many of my other friends had an experience with, and what seems like out of nowhere, they disappeared. Well, guess what, guys? We were able to track them down, and we got the hoods back. Exclusively right here at Hush Performance, we got the carbon fiber hoods again. They are now rebranded Carbon Trends. Let's take a look. Wow, guys, this is outstanding. You know, they only use the finest materials made right here in the United States. They don't use any overseas materials. The finest quality carbon, finest quality resin. This thing is absolutely amazing. What's unique about this hood is it has a raised center just like the SIR version in Japan, except that this is made for the USDM front headlights. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's carbon right there. That is lightweight. Wow. Wow, this is amazing. So I'm gonna flip this around so you can see the underside here. Not only is it an SIR style hood for the USDM headlights, but the whole center skeleton is removed. That means we have that much more room. So there are brands out there that you could get, but the skeleton's still in there, and that means you're still having to cut all this out. Secondly, I want you to notice, look, that's raw carbon right there. Many of the carbon fiber hoods out there will be backed with fiberglass. As you can see, this is 100% carbon. Look at that. They added the rib nuts here for our hood latches, logo here, and it's got our serial number right on it. The finish on this is so well done. They have so much time into this. This car is in the middle of getting a swap. We're actually doing an all-wheel drive K-Series in here. This is an all-wheel drive CRV transmission, except that this is the K20 A2, so it's the height that the original K-swaps were made from with Hossport. This is the dual height I was talking about. So this hole right here was the original height of their first generation K-Series, which this engine fit. And then the lower one was if you wanted to put the taller K24 in there and still get it to close without cutting it open. As I pointed out earlier, it does come with its own rib nuts there, so we can attach this. Look at that alignment. That's what's up. Yeah, you saw that. K20, hood closed, carbon fiber hood, USDM headlights. There was little to no adjustment here. You know, these hoods have been out of production for quite some time, and it's really nice to get these back for you guys there. I know a lot of you guys have been looking for this stuff. I'm just really excited for all of us. Now the next thing we could do is just weigh it. 27 pounds here, that's the OEM hood. There's a carbon counterpart, check it out. So it's got a weight savings about 11 to 12 pounds. When we started on the car, originally, it had a hood, but it was severely damaged, and it wasn't good enough that I even wanted to repair and put back on the car. And the swap and the paint came out so good, we figured, well, it looks nice anyways, we might as well keep a hood off because it would encourage people to come look at the car. Aerodynamically, is that the best choice? Probably not, but we got a hood in mind. Along with this hood, we're putting some pretty cool hood latches. Check this out. These hood latches have an integrated shock right in them. That means no need for a hood prop like this. We actually don't have an OEM hood prop on this anyway because, well, we never had a hood. Yep, there was quite a bit of seam sealer, and I bet you I'm going to have to knock some of this down here to be able to fit the new billet part in here nicely. This is how it would end up fitting in there, and you know, it covers up most of it, but you know, there are some outer edges here that are exposed. So I don't have any paint that's going to match any of this, so I think I might mask it off and put some black in there. What I did, because I'm not quite sure exactly what the alignment's going to look like, is I think I put them about where they were, which was shoving this corner as far over into the body as I could. I put these on another car before and that worked well for that, so I'm going to try it on this one. So what's neat about the shocks here is putting this hood on by yourself is going to be a little bit easier than without them. Taking a closer look at the underside of the hood, bam, check this out. So this section right here, the frame is fiberglass. Riveted into the fiberglass is what's called riv nuts. Instead of leaving the stud behind, it actually leaves a thread behind, and it's like that for the hood hinges and the hood latch. Holy cow, it's so weird to see a hood on this car. I've never seen a hood on this car after we painted it. This is so weird. So anyways, what I did was just start the bolts here because there's probably going to be some adjusting that we're going to have to do here pretty soon. oh man, it's looking so good. So what I'll do is I'll bring it down. I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna adjust it. So maybe I'll just tighten it where it is right now. We'll bring it down and then see what we have to do and just keep loosening them up until we find what we want. It's so weird for me to see a hood on this car. I can't even believe what I'm looking at right now. Now, granted, I didn't push it down all the way because it does look like we're gonna have a little bit of adjusting to do over here. All right, well, I did find out what was holding us up, and it looked like it was the hardware that I was using right here on our fenders here. So if you haven't followed us before, this right here is our wide body 3-piece front end that we produce, and we send it out with some hardware right here. You know, it's just really nice looking stuff, but it looks like it sticks up a bit much, and it actually hits the shock on both sides here. So I removed it, and then the hood came down pretty good. The next thing I thought that looked like it was going to be an issue was our breather right here, right off the valve cover. And I think it's hitting it, and that's why the light's in there, and it's really hard to tell. So what was really going on is it looks like it was just catching the edge of our fender here, and it was a little bit over here too, but if we had, oops, see how it dropped down there. So I think what we need to do is get our bump stops set in there, which will take off our OEM hood. The underside of this didn't look like it had provisions for it, so what we'll do is we'll compare that to the OEM hood, drill the holes out like they're supposed to, and then add our stuff in there.